Shammy Khan from Flextronics.
What I want to cover today is to share with you experiences from an electronic manufacturing perspective. We have supported various different industries, much like solar, that had astronomical growth rates. Share some experiences with you on how you can leverage some of the capabilities and infrastructure that's available to you guys today. The last I checked, and this was about a couple of days ago, I think there were over 300 pre-IPO companies between South San Francisco and San Jose, and maybe that number is more. Time will tell how many of these companies are going to be able to industrialize their products and be successful in the marketplace and invest wisely. If you dial back 15 years ago, the cell phone industry or the electronics industry was no different than where the solar industry is today. OEMs were investing huge amounts of money in setting up brick and mortar infrastructure, complex ERP systems around the world, only then to outsource them to contract manufacturers. And what it did for the industry was it commoditized the products, lowered the cost of the products. The OEMs were able to focus on their brand. They were able to create technology differentiation. And some of those companies that have chosen to take that approach are still around today. So the point to all of this is you could buy a cell phone today for the fraction of the cost of what a cell phone was 20 years ago. Some of this data, I'm sure, has already been shared by the previous speakers here today. The point here is the electric power industry is a $1 trillion industry. So to put that in perspective, the GDP of the United States is about $14 trillion. So one out of every $14 is spent in the electrical industry. And the Department of Energy projections are this should double. So we have a great opportunity in front of us. We need to make sure that companies that wisely invest their capital resources are going to be around for the long term. The pace of business is unrelenting. My experience has been that you never know where your competition is going to be coming from in the future. Sometimes just understanding where your competition is coming from is a win. The businesses operate today in a very complex environment. Product life cycles have exponentially dropped. Getting your product to market quickly and timely is what will define how successful you are going forward. So if you look at where the digital watch came from, it didn't come from a watch company. Where did the Internet Explorer come from? It didn't come from Microsoft. Google's market capitalization is hundreds of billions of dollars, almost the size of Microsoft. And they were able to create that level of market capitalization in a very short period of time. So the point here is that you need to understand how to let go. Companies that are successful have mastered the art of letting go, which allows them to bring products to market faster and quicker. In my opinion, speed for the sake of speed is stupidity. You need to have an endpoint and destination. So you got to let go of the things that are not your core competency and allow companies that are in the space of manufacturing products for you, that have factories in global locations, that deal with multiple different cultures, let them go do all the heavy lifting for you. That's what they're there for. Speed. So this is like really, really, really powerful, right? So I look at, how we operate today in this complex business environment. You've got 24 hours in the day. Companies today that have mastered the art of using 24 hours a day, they work on proposals here in the US. Before they go to bed, they kick off the proposals to Asia. The guys in Asia work on the proposal. Before they go to bed, they hand it off to the team in Europe. By the time you wake up, you've got a completed proposal. So the point here is you need to be able to understand how to leverage 24 hours in a day. If you look at the requirements in the solar industry today, it's scale, just like John said earlier. How do you bring your products to market? How do you take out costs? So you need to understand how to leverage 24 hours in a day. You got to be able to eliminate some of the unnecessary activity, reduce waste. EMS companies that have been in this space have a playbook. They have a toolbox. They have done this time and time again. Leverage them. Leverage the infrastructure they have in place. They will allow you to get your products to market quicker.